Let's tell you about the community of Refilwe. It is one of many in the city of Tshwane that is struggling with water shortages. The community relies on water tankers despite a 79 million rand reservoir on their doorstep. Residents say they were promised that the newly built reservoir would end their water problems, but not much has changed since the project was completed. Nqobile Madlala is in Pretoria for us, and you're standing by to show us and tell us the impact on residents. Nqobile.
What did you? Yes, in fact, now we are at a water and sanitation area that looks like a treatment plant. Sits right in front of, right behind me. And from what we have heard from the community, they're saying that it's been vandalized. It's been built, yes, but it was vandalized a long time ago, which means that it's just empty. And the community is worried that even though that they were built this water and sanitation treatment plant, they feel that no help will come out of this. But these are not the issues that they're just highlighting. It's also the fact that they haven't had water for over 8 years. They're saying that they haven't had electricity for over 8 years. They found themselves reliant on illegal connections, which of course they're forever fighting with the city over, because the city will come and pull out the cables and so on. And they're just saying that they want basic services. Now I want to bring in some of the people in the community to speak to us about these issues. Let's start with electricity, Baba. Okay, so
uyazi mina ngicabanga ukuthi siyadlalwa la ngoba inkinga yegezi sinesikhathi eside kabi manje ugezi siloko sikhuluma ngawo sesize sishe nama voice ngalendlela esikhuluma ngakhona ngogezi. So then ugezi awutholakala since namhlanje ene iwari yami manje njengoba sila kulonto kusuwa la nginenkinga ukuthi na ugezi uyafika kusuwa ene mawuzofika kusuwa manje kusho ukuthi ugezi soyo operator for isuwa thina abantu sicelile igezi asikakabi nayo till kuze kube manje. Into engikhathazayo yiyo leyo kakhulu ngogezi. Ugezi sihambisile ama petition. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi sihambisa i-petition yokuqala. Emamilodi khona enye indaba athi kusepina sport bengingakabi igezi lapho. So sihambisile i-petition safila ukuthi simphakathi. Kusho ukuthi i-petition leya sihambisele abantu basepina sport ngoba bona already ugezi bawutholile. So then sabuya futhi sacela sahlangana nje somphakathi sahlangana ke nama leaders wethu sacela ukuthi please guys sesizwile ngogezi manje ugezi asinawo right. Ugezi sacela ukuthi basiyele emayini bawusikhulumela nabantu basemayini mhlambe bona bangaba nosizo olukhulu 14. So usizo emayini ngiyacabanga ukuthi livelile ngoba ithe mayiqede emayini azange babuye kithi. Labantu banenkinga ukuthi mabathumile ababuyi, azange babuye kithi. But then ugezi usukile ke manje soye on forward ebantwini abangakawuceli. So ngibhlungu ngaloko futhi yazi ngikhathazeke kakhulu uma ngicabanga labantu kusho ukuthi sike sikhulume ngendlela ukuthi alright ugezi thina asicelela ugezi for amahhala sizobhadala sizokhokhela ugezi. Inkinga yethu nje ukuthi sifakelene ugezi njengoba nasithembisa ukuthi uma nisirelocate kule ndawo asizanga ngenkani la uma nisirelocate kule ndawo nizosenzela yonke into esifunayo. But then manje into esifunayo asitholi kuze kube manje sesino 8 years iviki elizayo si-approacha u9 years siloko sila kule ndawo. So ngibhlungu ngaloko. But then manje isuwa naye okay la kusuwa inkinga enginayo kusuwa na umphakathi sinawo la ene futhi ukhathazeke kakhulu umphakathi especially lo surround isuwa la ngoba impilo yabo isengcupheni because of bahleli la lo mnuko wonke ubalekela kibo.
Yeah. Well, whilst we're talking about that, Sue, I want to bring in Umama because she needs to tell us about that water and sanitation. And you were worried, Mama, ukuthi into yenza ukuthi igwarishe kakhulu ukuthi nje wanganawo amanzi ninengane la edinga ukuthi zesikoleni akukho amanzi. How do you survive without water?
Ngesilungu lesiphandle nemanzi ma. Salwa lana silwela amanzi savala indlela. Basilethela amatraka ayi4. Okwamanje bakhathile amatraka la ayi4 sekayi2. Kunabantu kunezalukwazi lana, kunemakhehla, kunabantwana bakhona ukuphusha ikrivayi. Umasipala usiphe majojo la ayi4. Amanye la sizifunele wona thina la siyafune khona. Umasipala la usinceda nganext. Even yona lesuwe bakhuluma ngayo. lamanzi lagcwele ngapha asiyangapha kithi anukela abantu bangapha mara abuya ngale extension 9 bantwana bethu baba nema infection even nami nginayo infection ngale ma toilet abasinika wona asikhona ukwenza next phandle nemanzi bantwana bahluleke esikoleni sihluleka kugeza masifane siwashe fane sisebenze akunanto singayisebenzele yonke into siyayisebenzela sicela bawuyise la matraka wethu la kade ayi4 bakhathile muzi lomkhulu waye bafana ukusinika amatraka ayi2 nemuzi omkhulu kangaka na bathi siyenze njani siphile njani ibudget yangapha every year bayisa kuphi abasitshele and then silandela bona bayibeke khona
umama ukhuluma ngebudget baba ngokwenu ngiya-understand ukuthi benikhuluma nange-fact that kune-crime la ngesimo sokuthi kumnyama ebusuku ni-survive kanjani
sisters what is again this thing crime is too much. It's too much because of now igcina senze affecta labana ba sekolo o utlwisisa bana ba sekolo le he ba tla sekolong ba tla ka magae ka mo o kra mo mtshareng ba tshwara dipo ba tsela di phone o utlwisisa nna na le problem engwe gape bana ba sekolo ba sekolong pula di ana bana ba tsamaya bo 5 kilometers tloa mo until ka ntlhela go dimo ka ntlhela ba ya sekolo gona le batswara ba nga ba khona patela transport bana bang ba tsamaya ka maoto nna ba safara bana ba le rena re le batsware a re ba lebeletse bang re botlwela botlhoko wa bona but now as government is rafatela ko putuka ka mkhosa le ra romela petition re kopela distingela ya school transport but even today ba itshwere bya na banya go re fire o utlwisisa but now I give maybe if never on something say against shilling re braga mo afeletsenya re bona re this thing
baba uthi ubhuti qhubeka yini wena le ekuphathe kabi kakhulu ngalento yenzeka la ekhaya
so kunenginyana okusiphethe kumbi la esesibahlali bala extension tender nongacheka kuhle vele ischool transport too much abantwana izulu nalinako kumakhaza bawalka almost 5.2 kilometers from la extension 10 edingindoda ukuyofika Refilwe ngaphakathi esikolweni is far too much for abantwana kunalapha kunye badevelopa khona nemoto zethu zidevelopa lapho isuwa igijima lapho amatayira amoshakala imoto amapesti yonke lento le iba ifactor nani too much government akasincedi nganext sisangifuna ukutshela mama ayikho into ayilungisa ku government ni so asazi funeke senzeni ndani either funeke siyendleleni sovala indlela and then bakhona ukuzwa I think it is about best for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, those are the community members in this community to do that, just explaining to us how their lives are so difficult under this because of what has been happening. And of course, we apologize for that strong language from the last gentleman. But what he's basically explaining to us is the fact that there's no route out, there's no road in, there's no road out. There's basically some routes that they've created for themselves to come in. Far beyond that, there's no electricity at night, it's dark, and there's quite a lot of crime that takes place in this area. And they're saying that children are also affected. They lose their phones. You all remember that some of the schools now use online services where they rely mostly on some of their phones, and those children lose such things. But they're saying also that in terms of water and sanitation, the movable toilets that they currently have are an issue because they're saying that they're not clean. There's a lot of infection that women pick up here. But at the same time, they're saying that the water treatment plant, which sits right behind me, does not service the community, and they're finding that the electricity supply that has been put here, which is a bulk supply, they don't understand how it's cutting through the community, but the community still remains without electricity and basically without any services, and they're feeling at this point that the government has basically failed them. But of course they are saying that what they feel that they only are heard if they take to the street, and this is the only language that they can speak. They were moved here quite a while back to be given homes, but they haven't received any RDP housing, they haven't received any services at all, and they feel that the only way they can be heard is if they go to the street and they burn those tires, and of course they do a strike because that's the only way that they can be heard.
Nqobile, Madlala, thank you very much for that update.